live, local. This is a Fox 12 First Alert Weather Day.
Good morning. Welcome to the 7 o'clock hour of Good Day Oregon on your Saturdays, January 13th. I'm Kimberly Moss.
And I'm Shauna Parsons. We're so glad you're here. Today is a First Alert Weather Day as we track snow and freezing rain in our area.
Let's take a live look now at Portland and Vancouver. You see on your screen, not much happening in the way of weather that we can see anyway, but boy, it is certainly cold and there is strong wind in some areas, those gusts coming through.
Really frigid. You know, we're seeing activity in Salem. This is a look at what the roads look like from our Travel Salem camera. And something very important to note is that a sheet of ice has really formed on some of the roads there. We're going to talk to Tony in just a moment for a look at traffic conditions today because, boy, ice, whether you have a four-wheel drive or not, ice is incredibly dangerous.
Yes.
But we want to get to Andy first with a look at this system that's really rolling in.
It's getting closer to us. Yesterday we talked about probably by around 8 o'clock or so we should all be looking at some of these snowy conditions out there. And we're certainly watching that radar make its way towards us from the south as we do that. Shriner's Children's camera right now, we have the clouds that we can see. 19 degrees, east winds 31, gusting to 40 miles per hour. That's at the airport. I've seen gusts over 80 miles per hour out into the gorge. Outfitter's Guide, just everything you have there. And be prepared. If you do have to go somewhere, you might have to brush the snow off or scrape the ice. Temperature staying in the teens through the day. Even in the metro, we could see gusts to 50 miles per hour. Tony?
Thanks, Andy. Yeah, when we began the show about an hour ago, this leading northern edge of the snow was, down around the area of Woodburn. Now it's well north of Wilsonville, almost up to 217. When I checked the cameras in that area, not seeing a lot of it falling just yet, but again, it is coming our way. A couple of areas where there were downed trees, Belmont at 12th Avenue, Northeast Holman rather, at 112th Avenue. Those are just a couple. There's been others as well. But again, overnight already some serious winter driving conditions along I-5. Down around the area of Albany as far south as Eugene. And right now, a live look at I-5 at Wilsonville. Again, not bad yet, but the worst is yet to come there in terms of the winter driving conditions. Kim and Shauna, back to you.
All right, Tony, thank you. You know, the last time we saw Deb Gill, she had arrived in Salem, and we saw sort of a sheet of ice on their windshield.
Yeah, Deb is at the Oregon State Capitol now. We want to check in with her. Deb, good morning.
Good morning to you. Yeah, we're definitely seeing not only snow on the ground, but it continues to fall here in Salem. Not heavy, but what is falling is not those fat, fluffy, nice snowflakes. It is icy, very icy. So probably with these temperatures, that is also freezing on the ground. Take a look. You can see cars behind us, and they are getting through, but there is snow on the ground. Not a lot. I wouldn't even say maybe a half an inch. So the accumulation is not much. And as Mike pans around and just kind of shows you what we're seeing, it is windy. There is snow on the ground, more falling, but lightly. It is very icy. So you definitely want to take care if you have to drive out, and I'm sure it will continue to get icier. But yeah, you can see you can still see grass, through. It's just not very heavy. Like I said, maybe a half an inch at the most. But definitely Salem did get some snowfall, and now they're getting some ice falling as well. Not sure if it's falling as rain and then freezing in the air. We do know the difference between freezing rain and the ice pellets and snow, but it's definitely not falling as nice, fluffy snowflakes, which obviously is what we'd like to see, what we'd like to feel, because ice is not only uncomfortable to feel on your skin, it's also more dangerous to walk and drive in because it makes everything extra slick. Reporting live in Salem, Deborah Gill, Good Day Oregon.
All right, Deb, thank you so much. And you see the conditions there. The Oregon Humane Society Salem campus is closed today, along with the Portland campus. All classes and activities will be rescheduled, so just keep that in mind if you had plans to go to either the Salem or Portland Oregon Humane Society campus.
All right, now let's get to Joe Vithiathil. He is in Southeast Portland where a tree came down on a house. Joe, I know we're going to see a lot more as the sun comes up, but what can you tell us for people who are just tuning in this morning?
Well, Shauna, so we're here off Southeast 167th near Bush. This is one of many areas, especially apparently in Southeast Portland, where we have a lot of down trees, down branches directly behind me here. You can see this house. This happened, probably about 2 hours ago, perhaps. PGE on a site here. They have since moved, but this has been a a pretty common theme today in terms of fallen trees, fallen branches. We're all preparing for a snow event. Well, a lot of gusting wind has really been the story this morning here in southeast Portland. In addition to this, there's been a number of other outages. Just check the map. It was now at about just around 2,700 about a minute ago on the PGE outage map, in terms, which is down. It was close to 4,000 about an hour, half hour ago, something like that. So they are apparently restoring power to some homes here, but still about 2,700. At least 3 southeast Portland. So while we are not seeing necessarily any snow or ice that we've been preparing for, obviously, definitely that gusting wind has been an issue here. And again, as I was saying in our last segment, it just kind of comes and goes. Right now, it's certainly a chill in the air, but at any moment you might get one of those strong, matter of fact, right on cue, as I say that, here comes one of those gusts of wind. And it keeps kind of coming and going. So that's the situation right now here in southeast Portland. Definitely that wind too, guys, adding to, we hear the phrase wind chill. This is what they're talking about, where it's already cold outside, and then you get that wind, that wind coming in from the gorge. And boy, and it really makes it really frigid, really unpleasant here. Basically, you don't want to be outside in it if you don't have to be. Kim and Shauna, back to you.
You look cold.
You do, and Joe, your mic cut out.
Yeah.
But as thank you for that. Go warm up. But we wanted to let you know that as of about 30 minutes ago, there were 3 road closures in Portland as a result of downed trees. So Southeast Belmont closed at Southeast 12th and 13th, Southeast 13th at Yamhill, and then Holman and Northeast 112th. So this is a big issue this morning out there.
Yeah, we do have pictures of another downed tree to show you. This one fell on homeless campers in southeast Portland. Portland Fire and Rescue says the tree fell on a tent in the area of Southeast 94th and Gladstone Street, trapping 3 people inside. Firefighters were able to get them all out. Look at the size of that, though. Wow. One person suffered minor injuries but refused to go to a hospital. No one else was hurt, but you can see firefighters there are quite a job getting to those people.
We want to take a look at some of the outages happening right now in our area. So this is a map of PGE outages now. So right now, a little more than 3,700 outages in the Portland metro area. That is a big change. When we went on the air at 6 o'clock, it was 1,200. So it is, tripled basically since we first started the show this morning. And then looking at the Pacific Power map in our area, there are about 770 outages. It's hard to kind of see the numbers right now. It looks like actually more than 1,000 customers are being impacted right now. So we'll try to kind of narrow down these numbers for you. But again, it's just something, hopefully you prepared for potential power outages, because it's definitely impacting many people in our area. So as we continue to track the incoming snow and cold, you can get the very latest forecast with the Fox 12 weather app. You can also find live radar, power outages, and check road conditions before you head out the door.